Hello everybody and welcome back to the next video. This time we're gonna talk about how to dominate your laning stage on the offlane. First of all, we're gonna talk about some basic stuff, what I think is actually good to do for any lane. And then we're gonna watch a replay when I played Skyrift Mage yesterday, and I felt like I did a lot of good things on the laning stage and it works out every single game. It always depends on the matchups, but like when you play strong position 4 heroes like Sky, Rubick, Techies, or this kind of stuff, these kind of plays are like almost always working out if you do it correct and if you have the right strategy. First of all, I want you guys to think about your itemization. I know this is actually a point where you need a lot of experience or a lot of knowledge, but try to get like a standard build on any hero you play in position 4 or 3 and spam them. I know it sounds a bit strange, but trust me, just spam these builds, get your experience, and after like 20 or 30 games, you can change your item builds. For example, my basic build on Rubick right now is basically either this with the magic wand and one iron branch plus tangos, or I go way more branches, I go for a stick, I go for sentry ward, and I go for a grenade. And after I use the grenade, I just move the stick back in so I get more stats and I can tank up. Plus I have a stick still. So try to think about this a lot. It is so important for your laning stage that it might decide actually if you win the lane or if you lose the lane. Especially if the enemies have like better items than you. Alright, the next point is gonna be I want you guys to drag the enemy wave so you will get a better laning position for yourself. I'm gonna show you an example here. First of all, the Magnus is gonna die, I can say that. But the things I'm doing after that, even though he died, is perfect for Magnus' game. Like, as you can see, he died. But if you look at me, what I'm doing right now, I'm hitting the techies, I'm hitting the Juggernaut. I'm pulling one creep back. I can see, okay, the other creep is not following yet. I'm still doing it. And then I pull the creep back again. And if you look at the wave in the next like 30 seconds because of that, and also because the techies fucked up his lane, his right click, the lane is gonna be in a very good position because of it. Like if you drag your wave back and you force the enemy to actually hit you, the Ira might fuck up this when they pull your wave to them by a right click, or you can pressure the enemies and push them into their own tower, and the tower is gonna push your wave. Like if you just look at this, what's gonna happen? The techies completely fucked it up. And if you look at my wave now, the Magnus is mega happy, even though he died, it doesn't really matter. But if you look at it, all the creeps are going even into the Juggernaut's tower. He's mega fucked up. I'm hitting him for free. They can't do shit. Techies misses his spells and everything is perfect here. Like even though the Magnus died, it is not like the worst. I made the right thing out of it. I'm gonna get a kill as well and everything is good. So I really want you guys to pull back the waves. Try to play with the enemies a bit. But in order to do that, you need to block the small camp for the enemies. And if it's possible, you can unblock your big camp so you can always pull the wave back if you fuck it up or something else. So keep that definitely in mind. If you want to like lane a lot and you want to be like dominant on the lane, you need good laning position, plus you need to block the enemy camps. So please keep that in mind. And the last point is going to be get enough regen. Buy tangos, buy salves, buy fairy fires, buy headdresses, whatever, anything to sustain the lane. I've seen so many people that are way too greedy. They're not buying any regen and they wonder why the hell am I losing the lane. The reason is because you are not having enough sustain, especially if the enemy has more sustain than you. So please think about that a lot. You need a lot of sustain if you want to dominate a lane. Whenever you're gonna kill an enemy, most of the times you're gonna be like very low HP. Either you run base or you have more regen than the enemy. You can even stay there and like pressure the core position 1 or the enemy support. It always depends who you killed before. But overall, you need either a lot of regen or you need a hero that has a lot of mobility or something else that you can like run base, come back fast, do the same. But overall, I've seen too much stuff where people just don't buy regen and they think like, yo, I'm losing the lane. Why? I don't understand. And then I just see they bought like 3 tangos or maybe 6 and that's it. They didn't bought a salve. They didn't bought a single fairy fire to use. They just bought like 3 tangos and they wondered why the hell are they losing the lane. So yeah, please keep that in mind and buy regen. Alright, now we're gonna talk about the example as I said at the start of the video when I played Skyrift Mage. As you can see, I have a basic build that I always go on Sky right now, and I'm like spamming it until it feels bad or I find something better. But find your basic builds, use them, and get experience with it so you get a better feeling about it. But let's just look what I'm doing in this game, and I'm gonna try to explain you guys like why I'm doing this stuff and why it is good. Try to copy it into your games if it's possible. Like first of all, as you can see, the enemy is like blindly running in. I'm with my team, I'm not like on top lane, it's completely useless being top. I'm on the bottom side with my techies and my necro, like the strongest heroes in my team right now, besides like Magnus and Wind Ranger is not the strongest. I'd rather be with a techies than with a Wind Ranger, and we just get a kill of that. I guess you can see we're harassing this guy, everything works out, we're speeding up a little bit, all good. We kill this guy, I'm still staying bottom. Like, don't use your TPs for top, please. Just don't do it. Use the portal. Don't use TP scrolls. But as you can see, I'm still staying bottom because I can see one more kill. Like, I see the clinks. He's very, like, squishy. We see him, we go on him, we kill him. I get one more courier as a bonus, and now I'm going top. But I'm not using my TP, I'm using the gate. And this is like so much more efficient than using the TP scroll because you're gonna save your TP scroll for middle or for action on bottom lane. And I see the Jakiro's like running on me. That's the reason why I'm like trying to avoid him. In a 1v1, I'm very weak as a Skyrift mage, especially against Jakiro. That's the reason why I'm like running like an idiot in trees right now and I'm trying to avoid the Jakiro. And it works out. Everything is good. But just watch what's gonna happen in a few seconds. My Magnus pulled his creeps back onto his side, into the tower. He pushed the wave, and that's the reason why we have such a big creep wave right now. And the Magnus can do whatever he wants because we have the creep advantage. As you can see, I'm still moving back even though I see the Jakiro. Now I can see my Magnus is turning to the Jakiro. I pinged on the Jakiro. My Magnus follows me. I'm using my W and we hit the Jakiro together if he comes close. But just that my Magnus is watching the Jakiro, scares the Jakiro, and he's gonna back off. As you can see. Like, I got 3 hits out, I got my W out, Magnus scared him for a second, and everything worked out. And if you look at my position right now, it's perfect. Like, I want to be on this position, and my Magnus wants to be on this position because his wave is slowly gonna get pushed back into him because he is gonna push his wave into the enemy tower, and the enemy tower is gonna push our wave into us again. It's like a mind game as well a bit with the creeps, with the tower. Whenever you push waves, it means that you push the enemy wave into you if you do it correct. And this is like a big thing you need to do if you want to get good. But as you can see, I'm hitting this guy. He's not hitting me a single time. I don't know, I didn't count right now, but I think I hit him like 7 times. And Jakiro did not hit me a single time because I'm in this perfect position. My Magnus is doing the correct thing. And the Slark can't do much because he has creeps under his tower. And this is gonna result into a kill. Like, I'm still like looking around. I see the Jakiro. Easy kill. Bam. That's like how you need to stay in your lanes. What you need to do in the positions as well. The only thing we could have done actually if I started top is to push the enemy wave, level 1, and try to get the lane equilibrium, as I said before, to stabilize our lane or get some kills. Like right now, I'm just like trying to interrupt a stack by the Jakiro, everything is good. I did not block the small camp because I was bottom. Usually block the small camp of the enemies every single time. The only way you cannot like the only reason why you should not block it is if you play Chen or whatever, like any creep that like benefits from these creeps. But other than that, just block it, please. It is lane winning because these camps are just ruining your lane. If the enemy gets like one lucky pull with 1 or 2 creeps, he's just like fucking up your lane equilibrium, and you might lose your lane because you are in a bad position on the lane and you're gonna die or some shit. So please think about that. But as you can see, I'm like just chilling. My Magnus is very happy because the wave is always pushing into him. And the reason why is because we push the waves into the enemy tower. The enemy tower pushed the waves into us, and we did not do the same. Like, we did it once, but we got a kill for it, and then the same happened again. Like, it is very easy to get a good lane equilibrium if you do it correct, but it's also very easy to fuck up your lane equilibrium if you do it wrong. So there's like 2 things you need to like look around, a lot of replays or try it out, how it works out. But like creep waves is very tricky. Like, you can do it perfectly and you might still fuck it up because the enemy is like doing something better than you, you know? That's like always the case. But we're harassing the Jakiro, everything is good. I want to let my Magnus solo XP right now because I just want to leave the lane. That's why I'm TPing middle. I know the Slark has no pounds. I'm trying to help my mid laner. He survives, everything is good. Like, he survived, I'm happy, he's happy, we're good. That's the important things on the lane. Whenever you do this, the only reason why I TP middle is because it's mid. Like, other than that, I would not use my TP if it was bottom or something. I would actually use the gate, not the TP scroll. So think about it as well. Push your wave in if you want a better lane equilibrium. or if you want to get a kill. Only use TPs if you see a very cheeky kill or save on your mid lane. Try to avoid using it on side lanes. It is not worth, even if you die. If it's not important that you TP there to be there fast to help you offlaner or safe lane or whatever, don't use your TP scrolls, just walk and save your TP scrolls for the mid lane or whatever, any other situations. So yeah.